You ask about futures and is the next version of Virtual Machine Manager going to manage this brand of virtualization, and Zen is one that comes up quite frequently.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to try and pin you down onto and get you to pre-announce what's going to be in the next release of Virtual Machine Manager, because I think you've just ducked the question. But can you give us an idea of the overall trends that you see of where Virtual Machine Manager is going,
Sure.
and where the market is going as well?
Let me address it this way. First, from the management perspective, we have publicly said that in our next version we are going to manage them. So that is going to happen. So that way our management stack can go across the hypervisors. Having said this, now what are the market trends, and not product trends but market trends? More and more customers are starting to manage the fabric in the data center. So if you think about data center is becoming more and more automated, policy driven, and runbook automation, resource pooling, and managing the fabric rather than the device. And our management stack is also going to evolve to enable that for the data center. And that's the general trend that happens. If you think about another near-term trend, cloud computing is a near-term trend. And there's a public cloud, there's a private cloud. Private cloud is basically deployed within a data center and managed by the IT department. And really all that private cloud is data center automation, where the infrastructure is used as a service and it's automated. And we've announced at MMS about a month and a half ago that we are going to bring out Dynamic Data Center Toolkit for the enterprise, which will enable the customer to put the foundation down for private cloud and start managing it as a fabric, which is a little different from how VMware does, in that we're going to make it available for free and it works with System Center and Windows Server, versus again the VMware model of putting you in a treadmill where you have to mortgage your house so you can automate your data center versus automate your data center.
Okay. And this idea of, I think we're hearing a kind of new vocabulary for thinking about dynamic computing, where people are starting to talk about it as a private cloud versus the hosted environment and the public cloud.
Right.
And people just having this choice of saying, where's the best place to run this? Is it on the desktop? Is it in the data center as part of a floating workload that I can think of as a cloud? Or do I move it out of my organization altogether? And I think we're starting to see ourselves as uniquely positioned to be able to help people with those choices.
The way I see it, we have a complete portfolio, and let's start with just virtualization. We can virtualize everything from the desktop to the data center and things in the middle, and manage it with System Center across the board. So customer can manage that environment, physical, virtual, desktop, server, all through a single pane of glass. Now, taking cloud into that consideration, again, we at Microsoft really are in a unique position where we can provide physical servers, virtual servers, and cloud, both public and private. So the customer has a benefit and choice from one vendor that can take them across the board. In addition to that, the platform is open. So they can have best-of-breed management product, they can have storage connection, and all the benefits that come from having a standardized platform, which is Windows Server.
Right. But the management piece of this is clearly important, because if you take a badly run environment and just move it to the data center or move it to the cloud, you just have a badly run environment.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think that's showing up.
Yeah.
If you think about virtualization again, the hypervisor is a commodity. They're free now, right? It is all about how you manage those virtualized environments to avoid virtual server sprawl. So you move away from physical sprawl by consolidating, and creating a virtual sprawl doesn't buy you anything. So management is becoming key. Automation is all from management. You cannot really automate unless you well manage, because it should be policy driven. It will be driven by heuristics. It will be driven by needs of the business, and where business or compute has to line up and quickly line up behind business needs, where IT can be as agile as business needs to be, so provisioning servers on the fly, and on the fly within minutes rather than a day that it takes to provision a physical server. So management becomes the key, and management becomes the key differentiator.
But this goes beyond just what we do in Virtual Machine Manager, because this is both managing the platform underneath the virtual machines and also managing what's in them, so different parts of the systems.
Absolutely, and that's why we sell the stack, for lack of a better word. And think of it this way: With System Center, you can manage the host, which is the physical machine or a hypervisor. You can actually also manage, to your point, and monitor the applications that run on it, whether they're Microsoft apps or not. We have this concept of management packs, where companies like SAP and others write the management packs, so it integrates with System Center. But in addition to that, we also, as part of Virtual Machine Manager, have this concept of Pro packs.
Yeah.
And Pro stands for Performance and Resource Optimization. So companies like HP, Dell, and others NetApp, have written Pro packs so they can send alerts into Virtual Machine Manager when the hardware has an issue. Let's use an example. Say if I have an HP box and fan is about to fail in the middle of the night or has failed, it can send an alert through MOM or through our Ops Manager into Virtual Machine Manager. And Virtual Machine Manager can take the following action based on policy that migrate all the VMs automatically to another server which has the resources. And so when this server dies, there's no interruption of service.